Hi everyone, it's Deb, like you didn't know that. One day somebody else is going to come on here on my channel and say something different and you'll be surprised. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, welcome to the new project, same paper collaboration that I'm in with Stmpgrl, who is Paige, Stmpgrl. I will link her down below, and normally we post this on the last day of the month, but Deb couldn't get her act together and asked Paige if we could do it on the first day of July instead, and she was gracious enough to allow me to slip, which is good because I have been crafting all day and into the evening. It's 10:20 at night when I'm starting to film this. And I just finished like dinner about an hour ago, so yeah, anyway. Yep, such is life. So guess what, guys? Remember, this is the collab where we're trying to kill a paper pad. I have left the back, which I'll save because I can, it's, you know, chipboard, right? Here's what's left of the cover. I cut something out of here to use, and I cut something out of here to use. So I did use some of the cover, not much. And I'll show you that when we get to it. And then I do have some scraps, and some are big enough to do something with, but my mind is gone and I am calling it quits on this paper because these are the biggest pieces I have right here. I could probably make a couple tags. I just don't have the energy to continue tonight. And the rest of them are skinny little strips like this and this. And honestly, yeah, they might go in the recycle. Actually, the recycle comes tonight or tomorrow, so they might go in the recycle. Okay, so let me get started with what I have done. I have done a little bit. I'm going to go from what's on my right, and then I'll come over here and show you what's in front of you. These are just scraps that I was going to do embellishments with, but I did a couple embellishments and I'm just exhausted. So I made some inchies and some scalloped 2 1/8 inch circles with some of the scraps. The other ones weren't wide enough to do that, and they can, like I said, maybe be used for tags or something. So let me move this out of the way because I'm going to be sitting things down on this white here. I made a box. I made this with the 123 punch board. Not crazy. This cardstock is not Stampin' Up! Cardstock, and I wish it was because I'm not going to open it because I'm afraid I will rip it and not be able to get it back. But I made it with a different cardstock first, which I'm guessing is about a 65-pound weight, not the 80 that Stampin' Up! Sells. And I'm spoiled. I truly am. Anyway, then I have these 2 1/2 inch squares on the bottom and all around, and there's one on the inside bottom as well. So there's a little box I can maybe put these in or something. I made a little wand rosette, a rosette with a little wand, and this was the only double-sided paper I had a piece left of to do the wand with. So just a basic little wand, and this is a butterfly that had been gifted to me by Nyx, so hi Nyx, thank you. And a little piece of regular thin pink ribbon. I have to see, I have the camera zoomed in. So this, the bag topper I made last time and the piece behind, but this piece here is an embellishment, and it's on that piece of paper that feels almost like fabric. But this is one of the embellishments I did tonight. It has some rose gold washi. It has a little piece of lace. It has Dream bumped up on dimensionals, which came out of, I think, a Firefly pack I got it Tuesday morning. Because this paper pad had no sentiments. This is one of the little inchies cut out of the paper with a sparkly reddish orange flower. And then this bling, which you'll see a couple more of, is from this Studio 112. Oh, it's K & Company. So there you have it. But there were some reddish ones, reddish orange, which is what that one is. But they're all like an iridescent. So that's one of the embellishments. And then the other one, Again, the bag topper had been made and this paper had been in there. But this is a little bit longer one. It's on a piece of Flirty Flamingo, and then this bird piece of paper was left over. Another piece of lace up here. A piece of lace that I ran pink ribbon through down here, and a little piece of washi up here. And then this create word also out of that firefly, I think. So that is my second embellishment, and those are tacked down with those Scotch reusable, whatever they're called, little squares. Made 3 bows. This again was done last time, but the bows were not. So I made 3 bows out of long strips of paper with the 123 punch board. Here's some more of those Studio 112 gems, and this is a Dollar Tree Jot brand pearl thing in the middle there. So I made those and put them down also with that adhesive. Now I guess I'll show you the cards next. I made some cards, and then I made some other stuff, and then I came back to cards. I'm going to show you the little ones first. I made 2 4-inch cards. They are on Stampin' Up! Flirty Flamingo cardstock, and all these cards I didn't do anything to the inside. So these are 2 of the pieces with the flamingo left, and you see that guy's sort of cut off. This one I put some sparkly sunglasses, and pink is the new black stickers on out of this Dollar Tree sticker pad I had gotten, and I used the sparkly ones. This one, this word paradise, is one of the things off the front cover of the paper pad, and then this little flower is also out of here. And then this was actually the last card I made, and I'm not particularly happy with it. It's okay, except that this is glue staining through here, and I don't know what to do about that. I thought it would dry and go away, but it didn't. It stained like the linen, so I guess I'll have to put a gem or something there. I'm thinking of putting a little circle or banner across here with a sentiment on, but I have not done that yet. So this is Terracotta Tile, one of the new in color papers, which is looking very rusty orange there, but it's definitely terracotta tile. I mean, it's like a tile. I don't know, guys. I need someone to come help me with a setup that'll work once and for all. I'm kind of getting tired of doing this. So this is a piece of the paper. This is Mango Melody, and it is bumped up. The Mango Melody is bumped up on dimensionals after I wrapped the ribbon around and taped it down above and below the strip of paper I had with the pretty butterflies. And I haven't decided how I'm going to embellish that or what sentiment to put on. This one is sort of cool. The 2 pieces of paper I had sort of connect here to make the flamingo whole, because this guy's head was chopped off. And so I pieced it like a puzzle. And then this is a piece of Flirty Flamingo, and so is this back here. And on this one, before I go any further, I'm just going to tell you I used these 4 Stampin' Up! Stamp sets: Free as a Bird, Butterfly Wishes, Parcels and Petals, which is where this thank you came out of, and Time for Tags. And you'll see them in the next videos. And the little flowers here came out of Free as a Bird, and again the thank you on this came out of Parcels and Petals. So I know this isn't Stampin' Up! Related, but you can see that you can mix your Stampin' Up! Products with other products and have wonderful results. Now these little guys are from Darice Self Stick Gems. There were 40 pieces. I'm all out of these ones now. This is sort of iridescent. I think these 2 might be more purpley, but they're really pretty. They take on the color. And then this is the Starburst punch from Stampin' Up! With Pool Party. This is Whisper White, and this is Memento Tuxedo Black ink that I stamped in. And this is the 2-inch circle punch that I used on there. I do that quite often. And again, I have not done anything with the inside. This one I really like. This is Flirty Flamingo paper. Again, that same little flower out of Free as a Bird. But these birds are from the cover of the paper pad, which I fussy cut from right here. And here's where Paradise was, because the name of this paper pad was Paradise Crush. So I fussy cut around the birds, and that is them. I put them on top of basic black cardstock partially. I stamped the flower over here, and then We're the Best of Friends. I think that also comes out of Free as a Bird. And I just stamped it right onto the cardstock, which I wish I hadn't done because it made it a little light. And then these little ones are the Doris again, but they're more the, well, this one is like the iridescent regular one, and then these two are the blue, sort of turquoisey iridescent. And that's it for that one. This one I love too. This is on basic black. I had a piece of, this is the paper that feels textury. You can sort of hear it when I rub my thumbnail over it. One of the glitter papers. I did the Starburst and Whisper White with the Thank You again, and then these were more those reddish iridescent dots, and a little piece of Whisper White twine from Stampin' Up! I have two of these. They're a little different. This was the second one I did. This is Flirty Flamingo basic black, and then a piece of this shiny pearlized paper with most of the parakeet or whatever he is on it. And then I flagged basic black, and The World Needs More of You is also from Free as a Bird. It's right here. So I stamped that in Memento Tuxedo Black, and then these were in my stash, and I have no idea where they're from. I think I only have a couple left of those. Yeah, I just had them in a little baggie. They might have been gifted to me. I have 4 of them left, actually. So that's what I did on that one, and I put it across the middle here so as not to cover up the bird. And then this one I did the same thing, except the bird was down here, and there's another one over here, so I made sure the flag ended right where that bird starts, but basically the same card otherwise. I have a little bit, this was a little bit bigger piece of scrap, so I used a thinner margin with the basic black, whereas you can see this one, the scrap is smaller, but I used basically the same size basic black, and it made it really pop more. Okay, this one I thought is pretty cool. These are, it's a piece of, it's Mango Melody, a piece of Pretty Peacock, one of the new in colors in the background, and then this piece of paper from the pack, and then what I did is I stamped in Pretty Peacock, Love to Celebrate You, and let's see which one that's out of. That's out of Butterfly Wishes here, and I used the Story Label Punch, I believe it's called. I stamped this in Pretty Peacock, and then I also punched that, it's on Whisper White, I punched the same punch out of Mango Melody to bring out the background, and the yellows in the background here. Then I cut that in half and just glued it up a little bit and down a little bit on there. And then these blings were also in my stash, and the yellow ones were Dollar Tree ones, I believe. I don't know that I have, oh wait, yes I do. I think those were gifted to me also. They were on this sheet that had a butterfly, and then it had a bunch of these sets of 3 or maybe it was sets of 5. I can see them here, and a set of 3. But I used them going down and then put some of the yellow from Dollar Tree on as well. Okay, so I used 3 yellow, and the butterfly is up here, one of the butterflies, because it has butterflies in the paper and they're blue. And then the next one I really like. This one is the same paper, but just a smaller strip of it. This is Pretty Peacock, again on Mango Melody, but this set is the Time for Tags, which is a host or hostess only set. It's this one here, Welcome Friend, and it coordinates with a punch, which is called the Timeless Label Punch, in the catalog, current catalog. And I like that this goes up and down, and then it was a pineapple, so it's tropical. So I stamped that in Pretty Peacock. I colored it in, because I don't have Pretty Peacock yet, in Mango Melody and I can't remember, and I can't see it right now. I have something in front of my markers and I can't see them, but I can't remember which. There was another one that was similar. It's not Tranquil Tide either. One second, guys. It was Bermuda Bay. Bermuda Bay Dark is what I used, and it's pretty close. It's a little bit lighter, but that's what I used on that. And then again, 3 more yellow. And these are Dazzles from Hot Off the Press. Paperwishes.com is where you get them. I've had them in my drawer for a while now. These are not the newest ones I got. So I just took some of them and put them on either side of the Pretty Peacock, and then put this going in the middle, sort of. Welcome Friend. So I really like that one. And then these two are pretty much identical. These are on Calypso Coral paper with basic black mats. I rounded them all. And the reason I did that, I think, is because I either already rounded the black or rounded the designer paper. I can't remember. They're almost the same. The paper's almost exactly the same in the same places. This has a little wider margin on the black, basic black. Let me raise this up just a tad. This one I stamped It Was a Perfect Day Because of You, and that was out of Butterfly Wishes again, and the next one, A Sweet Friendship Refreshes the Soul, is also out of Butterfly Wishes. Lovely stamp set. I really enjoy it. This is bumped up on dimensionals. This is not. It's rounded and then glued onto a piece of basic black with 3 of the Dollar Tree gems. What I did on this one is I just took my black Stampin' Right marker and edged it with black. You could distress it with a sponge or anything, but I happen to have the marker here just to make it look like it has a little more dimension, and then I bumped it up and that gives it some dimension. So that is those two. So yeah, those were fun. So I think that's 10 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10 of the regular and 2 of these smaller cards. And then I had 2 composition books waiting to be done, and this was one of them, because I had 8 done for Justine. I have one other one that's going to be a smaller child one I have to finish yet, and then but now I've got 9 done. So this, I had 3 sheets of this bird paper left when I started today, and I knew I wanted to do this, and I see I need to add some glue to that, so I'll be fixing that. Anyway, and then here's another piece of the cover from the paper. I put that on the back of this because this paper is a little thinner than some of the others, and a bookmark had to go in. And then this is the polka dot tulle ribbon by Stampin' Up. And then the back is the same paper And there's another pocket in the back. So that is the composition book. I hope you were able to see that with the, I didn't put any words or labels or anything on the front. I'm bothered that that's bumping up and it's right in the middle. I'm not sure I can get it. Anyway, I will look into that. And then I was watching several different people, actually, Bourbon Creek Crafts or something, and then I ended up at Lyric Lover 810 because I think actually Bourbon Creek Crafts mentioned her, and I went looking for her, but I ended up looking at something different. So these are what she called chunky Dollar Tree chunky tablets. So I made 8 of them. And I also got to use up some of my Project Life cards that I had from Becky Higgins that I had gotten from AC Moore in early 2018 for $3.63. So that was a side benefit of doing this, because that's what she did. She pulled out Project Life cards. Now, one of them does not have a Project Life card on because I didn't want to ruin the picture on the front. And this, let me go on this side first. And I'm going to show you the first one I did first because I don't like it, and I kind of messed up. It's this paper. I put, why did I do this? I did it because when you put this up this way, things are upside down or something. So I started putting this gold ribbon down, and then I realized it covered up everything and it didn't look right with nothing over here. So the whole front is ribbon and a Project Life card. And then these 2 flowers are cut out of this same paper from a scrap, and it says Hugs and Love. So it's okay, but I like the back better. Oh, and then on the inside you actually do cover the front inside and the back inside, so they're really nice. And it's actually 3 out of 5 in a pack of tablets you get at the Dollar Tree. And I'm looking for something because I saved the one second, I saved the labels because here they are, mini writing tablets. 3.5 by 5 inches, so they're 5 inches this way, 3.5 this way. The reason I saved these is because these are 3.5 inches long or whatever by I think by 3, so they would need to be cut down by 1/2 inch, and then you have the perfect ATC size. So I'll be cutting these down by 1/2 inch. And using them as a basis for doing some ATC. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I have 8 because I made 8 tablets. Okay, so that's the first one. And I think I did this one. This is the bird paper. But when you do this, if your paper is directional, things end up upside down on one side. So I took the side that ended up upside down and covered that up with the Project Life card. This one says Just Because, and I thought that sort of peachy color went pretty well with this. So sorry, guys. And then there's the back. And then again, inside. And these papers are all different colors. And there, I love that. Oops. I'm down a little too far, and oops, and there again, so a little surprise in there. And then there's this one. It says Super Cute. So this is the floral with the butterfly. This is one of the pearlized also, just like this is, whereas this one is one of the heavier glitter papers. So this one is pink, and I use Super Cute. And then this one is the sparkly flamingo, but the flamingos, if you can tell, are upside down on the front, so I put Happy Silly Smiles because I thought silly flamingo, he's upside down. And then over here we have You Are My Fave, and it's that sparkly flower paper again. The butterfly's right side up. Oh, and on the inside of this one, the flamingos are not upside down on the inside. There we go. And here's the flowers and the flowers. Now, I will say this particular yellow paper is a different, it's thinner. And I don't know if you can see it, but these are both 3 tablets, but this looks much thinner than that one, and it's the only one that was like that, and it kind of threw me off. I ended up having to cut some off the back because it didn't fit the same way as the others. So yeah, and I was trying to see if any of these were different, but they all say 3.5 by 5 inches, 35 sheets. So it's just a different weight of paper, and it did make a difference in how the paper fit around. Okay, and then this is the one I didn't want to cover up. I just thought that was pretty enough on its own, and I just put a Dollar Tree butterfly on up here to go with these butterflies. There's the back, and the front also has some butterflies showing in the right direction. And I thought that orange went well with the orange flowers. Then there's this one. This is the pearlized sort of abstract butterfly paper, and this is, again, the butterflies are all wacky directions. So this was the best card I could come up with to go with this one. It says You Are My Sunshine. I have some glue stuck on it or something. I might have had a, I don't think I put a bling on. I might put one on now though. Anyway, You Are My Sunshine. The colors, this color in particular, I thought went with the background. And then the last one is this, again, sort of, this is a different butterfly one that actually was a 2-sided paper. This is the one I ended up doing the wand out of the leftover strip because it was double-sided. So I actually did this after this tablet, and the card just says happy. And I thought the colors, the blues with the pinks, went good. So there's 8 of those. And then the tutorial was from 2018, and Amber, who is Lyric Lover 810, had a bonus video, because when you do these come in a pack of 5, and you remove, hang on, 2, one on the top that ends up not having any backing, and one on the bottom that does end up with a backing. And the ones that you remove that have the backing, you then can make these, what you call them, tablet wallets, something like that. So I'll lay these out. Well, I'll just show them to you. I have 2 using this paper, the butterfly paper, which is the double-sided paper. These are belly bands. They're all done basically the same way. They have a tablet glued down in here. This one was a double-sided paper, so it goes like that, but see, the butterflies end up upside down anyway. They're like all directions. See, this one's right side up, that one's upside down, that kind of thing. So then the belly band is out of some pink paper that is not Stampin' Up. I don't honestly know which paper it is. I think it was in a pack I got it Tuesday morning. Or it could possibly be Recollections Pink Buttons pack. I'm not positive because the wrapper's off. And now I can't get that back on, but it goes on. It's a pretty snug fit, intentionally. There we go. This is the Stampin' Up! Starburst punch, though, that I used to cut out another pink circle. And then I actually used my butterfly duet punch from Stampin' Up! And I punched out this butterfly from a scrap. with the larger one, and then I went back and got a small one just out of a plain area, and I put different blings on that were from my stash. This is the more abstract butterfly paper, same pink band. This is a different piece of scrap, also using the Starburst punch, and then also using the butterfly gala. And then these are two of those sugar blings that I showed you earlier from Dari's. This one is the sparkly paper. It's on a piece of non-Stampin' Up paper also. I think it might be Calypso Coral, but I don't think so. No, it isn't. This is a piece that is, I think, from Tuesday morning. And then I had a strip left over, and then I cut a flower out with non-Stampin' Up flower punch. Cut it out of this leafy area, and then I put a yellow bling in the middle. This is that same paper, same band. I just did the punch of a flower. I had a little 1/2-inch circle punch I used to get one of these flowers, excuse me, and a yellow bling. And you see the butterflies right side up, upside down. And this is the last one. This is that pearlized paper, and it's a floral, and I used more of that pink for the belly band, and then I just did a 1 3/8 inch Stampin' Up scallop punch, but out of this paper, and then I just put one yellow bling on it. So those are my 5 wallets. So I think that's it, guys. So let me just lay everything out here, maybe. If I can get them down in screen here. So I have 8 of these, and I only did 5 of these because I didn't have enough. That's not true. What it was is some of the paper that was directional, like the birds, like this one, when the other piece I had left over to do the wallet would have had the birds going sideways like this, and I didn't want that, so I didn't make the wallet ones out of those. So I do have some wallets here, I mean some tablets, and you can use the ones without the cardboard, but you have to put something on. She put cardstock on, and my initial thinking was I'll just save these and use, but that won't work because they're too short. So it'd be better to get a piece of chipboard, like maybe the back of the card paper that I used would be probably perfect for that. It won't be quite as thick as this, but it'll work. So that's probably what I'll do. And then we have our wand. Let me put this up just a little bit again. And our bows, and our 2 embellishments, and our box, and our 10 big cards, and our 2 4x4 cards that I have to make envelopes for also. So I am considering this paper pad done. I have some ideas on what I'm going to use for the next one that I'll starting in July, but I'm not for sure yet, so I'll have to let you know when I come back and do July. So I hope you'll come watch, and I'll see you then. I'm sorry this video is so long, but I had a lot to show you. Oh, and I'm missing the composition book too. So yeah, so composition book, 10 big regular A2 cards, 2 4x4s, a little box, 8 of these tablet things, a wand, 5 of the wallet tablet things, 2 embellishments, and 3 bows, not the topper. And I think that about does it for me for today. Have a wonderful July. Happy July 1st. Happy Independence Day soon to those in the United States. Hugs, love, and peace.